I do feel normal. At times I'm full of energy, but I have to remind myself, hang on, slow down. I'm supposed to be sick. Listen to your body. If you're tired, have a rest. And that's exactly what I do. Family support, diet, and meditation, quiet time, prayer, whatever you call it, and support groups. It really helps.
I was working for a training company in Nara when I had the first diagnosis. I'd only been with them for about 18 months, and they were very, very supportive while I was having my surgery and having my treatment. Once I'd returned from hospital, I resigned from that company, and I had 2 years off recovering, and then the position became available as the manager of the Navy's Fleet Air Arm Museum. I thought that I was well enough and fit enough, and I certainly had the background to apply to take on that position, which I did, and I was successful in gaining that position. But I'd only been in the job for about 6 weeks when I was diagnosed with the recurrence. So I had the further treatment, and then a period of about 3 months where, once again, my employer supported me, and I was able to have time off, even though I'd only been employed for a very short time off to recover. And I came back to work about 4 months after I had started with the Navy Museum, and I've been back at work ever since without any issues and any concerns.
Well, I was working full-time. I'm a counsellor, and I had led a very busy life. I was a bit of a human dynamo. I had problems taking holidays and slowing down, and it's changed my life completely. Yes. I can't do all the things that I used to do. And I don't even think about work anymore, actually, at the moment.
Well, I had to give up my creativity while I was recovering from cancer, because there was absolutely no way I could sit in front of the computer and go like a bat out of hell. I had to give that up for a while, and then I came back to it, and I didn't have any problems coming back to my creativity and to go back in the workforce. It's very, very quite important to do that, because it keeps your spirits up, and I think if you keep your spirits up, you've got 2/3 of the battle out of the way.
I had to give up work. It was just on a casual basis. So sort of when you're going to be off for a couple of months, and the work was I tried going back to work last September, and I loved it, but I work in kitchens, so it was in a conference centre, and I found that because we were cooking for up to 500 people at the time, everything's very heavy. I was having to cart around 30 kilo of potatoes or onions or things, and when it's sort of 75% of your body weight you're trying to cart around, I found I had a lot of health issues with that. There are days I get up and I just really don't feel that well, and I'm the type that will push myself to do it, and it was impacting on my quality of life at the time, and my other half said, no, this is ridiculous.
My attitude after I've been diagnosed is certainly you do appreciate every day a lot more, but also too, events and things that happen around you, tend to see them in a more black and white focus, and you also have a greater tolerance for people and for circumstances, and that is something that I've found more and more. My family have found it difficult with my diagnosis. As I said, I was the first in my family to be diagnosed. And I think too there's an amount of expectation of things that they think you should be doing or things that you ought to be doing. But you have to make decisions that are going to be best for you. And unfortunately that sometimes can run counter to what they feel. You also you need to give them the space to be able to do that, but for yourself to have some strength and conviction that your choices are the best for you.
I was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago, and 1 year later, after the diagnosis and my operation, I ran in the city to surf and did it in 80 minutes. And I was very happy that I was able to do that, and that also gave me a good boost.
I'm doing things now that I never thought I would do or could do. I entered last year into the City to Surf, and I finished it in 2 hours and 33 minutes, which I thought for an old lady was pretty good.
You can live with cancer because if you follow the treatment, you know, and try to do the right thing, have a positive attitude, you can. Life goes on. I enjoy every day and I take every day as it comes. I would like to see my grandchildren grow up, and I enjoy life. It's beautiful.
Well, I've realised that the one important thing in life is the love and the support of your family and your friends. That's the one thing that we've got out of the whole experience. My wife, my children, all of my family and all of my work colleagues and friends were just enormously supportive throughout the whole process.
It's been a blessing in disguise. Maybe I can say that because I'm still here. You know, maybe that's the reason. But I'm a different person. I'm a much more positive person. I don't see the negatives in things. Before I was diagnosed, I'd look at the sky and say, oh, beautiful day, but it might rain later. I don't do that anymore. It's a beautiful day. If it rains, wonderful. We need it. So that's just who I am now, I guess.
I do feel I'm amazingly fortunate. It's just, I feel very blessed, and every day, you don't want to be grumpy because every day is just another one that you've got.
I know that there's a chance it could come back, but I'm not going to sit at home and wait for it to come back. I'm going to live, and if it does, well, we'll deal with it then.
With all the support that I've been getting, and from my family and the Cancer Council that has been very, very supportive, the doctors and the nurses that I've dealt with, and they've made my life very, very easy. I still run every day for 1 to 2 hours, and I do yoga 3 to 4 times a day, and I eat well. Living life to the max.
Life now is doing as much as I can physically, walking, exercising, doing my Cancer Connect calls, keeping in touch with family, just enjoying myself. One of the things after this surgery, you have a new normal. You don't have your old normal anymore, you have to find the new normal. And it's different for everybody. It really is, it's different for everybody. And my new normal is living probably 75% of my meals with pasta, but I love pasta anyway, and I make a mean spag bowl, so it doesn't matter. And just enjoying things differently and taking pleasure in things that I didn't take pleasure in before. Going down the beach at 6:30, 6:45 every morning with my beautiful dogs and walking them and watching them run, and the little one jump through all the puddles and chase fish, and looking at the sunrise, and you just take so much more pleasure out of things that you took for granted before.